it's hard to believe it's already been 3 years that we've had the Anchor Moments RV YouTube channel. Actually, YouTube let me know this morning that it is our YouTube-versary of 3 years. We uploaded our first video when we attended an Embassy RV meetup in Elkhart, Indiana, 3 years ago, a couple of weeks ago. And today is the day that we uploaded that very first video where we were so nervous and so excited. We were staying at the True Hilton Hotel, and Jeff did a quick video letting to remember this moment when we, on February 2nd of 2022, we put a $250 deposit to be put in the queue to have the possibility of an Embassy RV to be made just for us. And I remember being so excited then, and we'd never seen an Embassy RV. We never touched an Embassy RV, but we had been watching YouTube videos from Roads of Life. Absolutely love Robert. We do tell Robert Humes from Roads of Life, it's his fault we have an Embassy RV.
In a good way.
In a good way, because we watched his channel. It took him, because of the pandemic, it took him 2 years from putting down his deposit to taking his van home. And then we watched Guy Amasaro with Amasano, how do we say
Amore?
I don't know. Amore Van is his YouTube channel. He got his Embassy RV next, and we watched his channel, and we saw them having so much fun and really enjoying the quality of their Embassy RV. So we put a deposit down, but before we put more money down, where we needed to put down a bigger deposit so that way Embassy RV could order our Ford Transit, we needed to see him and touch him first. So we flew into South Bend, Indiana, spent the night at True Hilton, and then started our adventure to Embassy RV, going to their meetup, meeting so many owners there who loved their RVs and let us see their vans. And they told us about what it was like to travel in an Embassy RV. And they were just so kind. They would even let us look in their cupboards and see how the cupboards latched and what kind of things were in there. Big kudos to Frank and Sharon. They traveled with the same cookware that I had. And anyway, it started this adventure. Now, we've had our channel for 3 years, but honestly, we've only been able to travel in our van for a year, because it took, because of the pandemic, when we put our bigger deposit down 3 years ago and started our channel. And when we started our channel, we had other Embassy owners let us do things from their vans. And so we created videos with their Embassy RVs. And then we picked up our van, Grace, on June 27th of 2023. We have a real fun video about that, about Meet Grace, and we're so excited to see her and touch her after waiting 18 months for her to be made and ready for us. But then I just want you to know, you have to live your life, because you don't know how many days you're going to have on this earth. And we discovered that after we drove Grace home. We had about 5 or 6 months that we could travel on. Jeff was still working, but we would travel on the weekends and stay at camps in Arizona. We've got the Grand Canyon, which is really awesome, and a lot of really great parks. So Arizona is another good place to visit. But it was about 5 or 6 months into having Grace that we found out that Jeff had bladder cancer. And so there was a year, excuse me, while he was healing, and he's all healed now. He hasn't had cancer for a year, which is great. But there was a year we couldn't travel. And but now he is all healed and better. And we are having so much fun traveling in Grace. And we appreciate all of our subscribers who leave really funny comments sometimes and are with us along our journey. I want to thank all of you for subscribing. And Jeff and I are thinking about possibly doing a live maybe once a week. And so that way, if people have any questions, they can ask us questions and we can engage with our community more and learn what are some more things that you'd like to know. Is there a place you'd like us to visit and give a review about? Is there a van modification you have questions about, like Sumo Springs, which we had added to our Ford Transit, or any tips and tricks to for sleeping better at night or for cooking in the RV? I don't know. Anything that you need. If you have a question and you'd like us to investigate something, let us know, and we'll try to make a future video about that. And is there anybody watching, Jeff? Because we didn't really give any warning.
No, we didn't. But Scuba Summer is online. Let's see if I can put their comment on the screen.
Hi, Scuba Summer.
Scuba.
Scuba. Hi, Scuba.
She says, "Hi, we met at Universal Studios and rode the Hulk together."
I remember you. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. Hey, Scuba really loves the roller coaster. She let Jeff is afraid of heights, and so he did not want to get on. And Scuba Summer, it was her 8th time on that particular ride. It was so much fun, and she let me sit next to her, and it was a riot. I do remember you. Yay! Thanks for subscribing, Scoop.
Oh, you know what? I think I jumped over. No, that was a comment from me. Nope, that's it.
All
currently.
Right. Well, right now, Scuba, we are in Michigan, and I want to tell you.
And you're not going to be scuba swimming in Lake Michigan. It is really chilly.
Cold. But you know, if you wear scuba gear, that keeps you warmer. Because I have put on what do you call those wetsuits when I've gone surfing in California, because that water's pretty cold too.
This ain't no California.
No. It's really cold. I tell you, this morning it's just in the 50s. I don't know if it's hit 60 yet.
And that's the air.
And that's the air.
How cold is the water, do you think?
Oh, it is
pretty chilly.
Yeah, it is pretty darn chilly. But you know, it's really fun for us because we're from Arizona and it's supposed to be 112 degrees.
So we're soaking this up.
Yes.
The free air conditioning.
Yeah, we are absolutely loving this free air conditioning for sure. And this state park here.
What state park are we at?
We are at Wilderness State Park today.
In Michigan.
And then we're going to be heading to some other state parks too. We're going to try out the Straits State Park in the UP, which is really close. It's just across the bridge, and the bridge is just 11 miles from here. So really, really close. Then we're going to go to the Straits. We might see the Mackinac Island. We're going to go to the falls. And the falls, there's a lot of falls in the UP. We're going to go to the state park that has the falls in the name. But the first name starts with the T, and it has maybe 14 letters. Takamokamori.
No, Taquanamon or something. I don't know. You know what? When we get there, we'll ask them how to say it again. Yeah.
And there's Pictured Rock is a national park, and that'll be a fun one to go to too. And at Pictured Rock's National Lakeshore. I think Lakeshore they call it. National Lakeshore. Because it's a national park, it's only $25 a night. And if you are 62 years old or older, you want to get the senior lifetime pass, because we'll be able to get into that park for free. You just pay one time for that lifetime pass and you use it for your lifetime, and you get half off camping. So camping there will be $12.50 a night for us. You can't beat that. You just absolutely cannot beat that. So we're really looking forward to exploring Northern Michigan and the UP.
And I think that's all the comments.
Is that all the comments so far? Currently. Okay.
Go ahead.
Scuba, could you hear me just fine?
Well, if you're watching right now, let us know if you can hear us. Or see us.
Or see us. I know when we go to the other parks, we're probably not going to have cell phone service. Maybe at the Straits, maybe, but I'm thinking the other ones probably not. But this one and Wilderness, I was really surprised. We actually have really good Verizon cell phone service right now.
Well, we'll see if people can see us in here.
Well, that's true.
It looks good to us from here.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, everybody. Thanks again for watching and subscribing. Those thumbs up really make a difference. And Scuba, you made my day, because every video I've ever created for our other YouTube channel, Anchor Moments with Gina Lebenz, and with Anchor Moments RV, each video I always pray in my heart for the power of one, that I'll touch at least one heart from that video. And then the time to edit it, put it all together is 100% worth it. And Scuba, you made it worth it for me. And thanks for being my partner on that crazy roller coaster at Universal Studios. When I was a
scaredy cat.
Yeah, but you know what? I got Jeff on a roller coaster. He didn't know it was a roller coaster. It was the Hagrid's ride.
Yes.
And
that was really cool.
Oh my gosh. And I have to admit, that was a lot scarier than the Hulk one. Because there's a part in there where out of nowhere you just drop suddenly, and you go so fast, and you don't have anything on the top holding you in. You're just held in by your waist.
And you were riding the motorcycle.
And I was riding the motorcycle. Woo-wee! That was scary, but so fun. So fun. So I did get Jeff on one only because he loves Harry Potter so much. He had no idea I put him on a roller coaster. Anyway, all right, friends. Hold on to your anchor moments and safe travels. Bye-bye.